Hello friends, welcome to engineering tutorial. So in the previous video related to computer networking and data communications, we discussed about the third layer of the OSI model, which was the network layer. So in this video, we are going to discuss the fourth layer of the OSI model, which is the transport layer. Okay, so it is the fourth layer of the OSI model, which lies below the session layer and above the network layer. So first let us discuss some basic concepts related to transport layer. So as I said, it is the fourth layer in the OSI model, and the specific task of the transport layer is process to process delivery of the entire data or information or message. Now, the movement of data packet, as we have already discussed in the network layer video, that the movement of data packet in a network occurs in two ways. First, hop to hop delivery between two devices connected across the same link, direct exchange. Another one is source to destination delivery, which is from one end system to another through multiple intermediate devices and multiple connection links. So we have discussed it in detail in the network layer video, so please check out that video first. Now, the transport layer is responsible for process to process delivery. So a process is actually any program or application which is running on a computer or a mobile or a smartphone or any device. Okay, so it is an application program running on the computer, that is called as the process. So the message or the data, it consists of several data packets. Okay, it is a combination of multiple data packets. So many data packets combined together, they form a message, the data or the information. So the network layer performs source to destination delivery of the individual data packets. It means it just transmits the data packet independently from one end system to another. But the transport layer, it ensures that the whole message, which means all the data packets combined together, are transmitted and received. The network layer treats each individual data packet independently, but the transport layer considers all the data packets together. Okay, it considers the message. The network layer considers each data packet individually. The transport layer considers the message. Okay, it treats all the data packets combinedly. Okay, a group, a unit, a cluster. Okay, so the network layer gets the data packets to the correct computer or device, but the transport layer gets it to the correct application program or process running on that computer device. Okay, so this is where the network layer and transport layer are perform the respective tasks in their respective ways. Okay, so network layer performs source to destination delivery. It considers or treats each data packets independently, but the transport layer, it considers all the data packets combined together as a unit and performs process to process delivery and gets the data to the correct process or application program running on a computer device. So this is the diagrammatic representation of the working of the transport layer. So in between two computer systems, there are several application programs that are running on each device. So the transport layer, it performs the exchange of data between one process to the other, whereas the network layer, it simply gets the data from one device to the other, but the transport layer, it exchanges the data from one process to the other. Okay, here it is, the data exchange take place between two end systems. In case of network layer, the data exchange takes place between two devices, two end systems, but in case of transport layer, the data exchange takes place between two end processes. Okay, two end processes. Process means the application program running on that end computer, the end device. So this is the subtle difference between the functioning of the transport layer and the network layer. Okay, so the data segments in case of the transport layer looks something like this. It consists of several data packets, and each data packet consists of a header section and the data bits section. So here the header is represented by H4. H stands for header and 4 because it is layer number 4 of the OSI model. That's why it is called is H4. Okay, so here it is top to down approach, the top to down flow, and here it is in case of bottom to top flow. Okay, it is top to bottom, this is bottom to top, because the flow of data in the OSI model is in this way. From the sender, there is a top to down or up to down flow of data. In case of receiver, there is a down to up flow of data. That's why I gave different arrowhead directions in case of these two. Okay, now the specific functions of the transport layer. So the first function of the transport layer is service point addressing. So as I said, the data segments of the transport layer, it consists of multiple data packets, and this header section is used for service point addressing, which is used for identification of the port address, which means identification of the sending and the receiving process for appropriate process to process delivery. Next is segmentation and reassembly. So the data or the information or the message which has to be transmitted, it is divided into these type of data segments. Each data segment consists of multiple data packets. So this division or this dividing of the whole message or information or data into multiple segments consisting of multiple data packets is done by the transport layer. Now each segment has a particular sequence number attached to it, so that there is a record maintained at both sides whether which sequence number of segment or which segment name number of data is sent and which one is yet to be sent. So this is done by the transport layer. Okay, the segmentation of the data. So you have to understand that the whole message or data or information is divided into multiple data segments, and each data segment consists of multiple data packets consisting of data bits and header. Okay, so this is the second function of the transport layer, which is segmentation of the data. The next function is connection control. Now there are two types of connection. Whenever a connection takes place between two devices or systems, it can be of two types. First one is connectionless. Okay, connectionless or connection oriented. Okay, connectionless and connection oriented. So in connectionless, what happens is that The transport layer, it treats each data packet independently. Okay, a connection is established. The sending device, it starts sending data packets, and whether it is reaching the receiving device or the destination device, it has no role in that. It does not care about checking or just checking out that whether the receiver is receiving the data packets properly or not. It has got nothing to do with it. That is a connectionless uh, transport layer connection. Okay, each each segment is independent, and its only job is to send the data, keep on sending the data without any regard to other aspects of data connection. But in a connection oriented transport layer, the when a connection is established between two devices, it on a continuous basis, the sending device checks with the receiver device whether the data packet or the data segment is received properly in its entirety or not, whether there is any mismatch in the rate of transmission and reception, whether the data packet, any of the data packet is lost or damaged or duplicated. So that is the connection oriented transport layer. Okay, so this is the difference between connectionless and connection oriented. And in connection oriented transport layer, when all the data segments are sent, only then the connection is terminated. Whereas in connectionless transport layer protocol, the connection can be terminated in between. Okay, it can the sending device can abruptly terminate the connection. Okay, next is flow control. So we have already discussed flow control in the other layers of the OSI model. So the transport layer has a flow control mechanism which ensures that the rate of transmission of the data packets or the data segments is more or less the same as that of the uh, rate of reception by the receiver. Okay, so in case of any mismatch between the rate of transmission and rate of reception, the receiver can get overwhelmed by a high or low data rate. So, in order to regulate that, in order to control that, the flow control mechanism is used by the transport layer. Next is error control. So the error control mechanism of the transport layer ensures to identify any damaged, duplicated or distorted data segments or data packets. So in case any distorted or damaged or duplicated data segments or packets are identified, they are immediately discarded by the receiver at the receiver's side, and a request is made by the receiver back to the sender to retransmit those duplicate, damaged or distorted data packets. So this is done by the error control mechanism of the transport layer. So the transport layers performs these important functions. We have discussed some of the basic concepts. These are all basic concepts related to transport layer. So I hope you like this video, and please subscribe my channel Engineering Tutorial for more such videos related to electrical, electronics, instrumentation and communication engineering. Have a great day. Thank you very much.